This isn't a civil war. This isn't a revolutionary war. It's just war. It just happens.
What did you do to Kevin Hart? Heard it all the time. It's better to be a warrior in the garden than a gardener in the war. No, you need to copy the album. Once you listen to the album, it's going to be, the whole CD.
What the fuck do I play an album on, bro? Every time I go to their house, I cry. Like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Like, that, it's torture over there. Yeah.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Therapy Was Full podcast. I am your host, Terrence Davis, with my co-host,
Dustin Hayes.
There was a lag there, and that was the connection of the internet. He's actually not even here. This is a hologram of Dustin. But Dustin, welcome from where we were at.
We're in beautiful San Diego.
Yep.
And just remember, we are unlicensed, we're unfiltered, and we are unhealed.
That's a wonderful disclaimer. So anything that you say or hear on this podcast, don't take to heart. We probably have no right to be telling you anything that we are.
But we're going to tell you what you need to do with your life anyway.
Yeah.
So make sure you hit like, subscribe, and share the shit out of this podcast.
Yep. And with that said, let's get right into it. First off, what is this coffee? Bro, this is good.
This is the whiskey latte. It's our signature blend whiskey business.
Okay.
So what you're tasting, it's a medium roast. That's got the whiskey notes, vanilla, caramel in it. What you didn't get is the cold foam on top of it because it's hot.
Yep.
So if it's an iced latte and you're by our shop, then come by. You know,
what in the world got you into coffee? Like, is that like a Navy thing? You guys all just like, you get out of the Navy, you go, I'm going to make coffee, red, white, and badass brew. Which, I love the name, by the way, red, white, and badass brew. I told somebody the name the other day and they're like, yo, that's baller.
So it wasn't the original name.
What was if it's a whack name.
Oh, there's excuse me.
It wasn't Sip Happens, that was it?
That was on the board.
Oh.
That was on the board.
Sorry, if you steal Sip Happens, we will find you.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
From the late Kevin Hart. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
Yeah, he's not late. I just made it seem
he's definitely still alive.
He's still alive, yeah.
Yeah.
Tall as ever.
I hope he's still alive. Depending on when they watch this episode, you might have been predicting something.
Maybe.
What did you do to Kevin Hart?
So, why did I do Kevin Hart?
What'd you do to him? What'd you do? How'd you know he was going to go?
I think he visited me, in my sleep. He was like, hey, I'm gone finally. No, I'm joking. I love Kevin Hart. He's actually one of my favorite comedians, and I saw him in concert. I guess I saw him live.
Live, okay.
Back in 2018, I think it was.
Damn.
He came here. It was at the SDSU. Oh man, funny.
Bruno Mars.
Check Bruno Mars. I don't know. Nope.
No, so that's a concert. It's a concert. But yeah. Oh man.
So we. I was with a girlfriend at the time. She got the tickets, and but she got 2 tickets, and then she was going to go with a girlfriend. Well, the girlfriend was upset that she didn't go with her. Blah blah blah. That she's going with me. So she's like, "Hey, you take my tickets. I'm going to take her tickets." Well, her tickets were down there, almost on the ground floor, just right at the railing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like ours is up a nosebleed. And I was like, oh, fuck. Well, something happened. I can't remember exactly how this transaction transpired, but I actually got moved down to ground floor. So as they're walking me, escorting me and my friend down to ground floor.
Because you're a Navy, because you're goddamn America's hero.
Yeah, well, they didn't know at the time.
Oh, I would have.
I mean, maybe I was wearing the hat.
Don't you carry your Purple Heart on your t-shirt like the rest?
Man, I don't get no Purple Heart.
Okay. Okay, my bad. I didn't know.
Couldn't be. So I walk past her, and she's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Go right down there, and I'm over there just do a little bit of this to her, like, and she's like, now she's pissed because she's like, I didn't pay for these tickets. How'd you get it free? How'd you get at the floor? And so Kevin Hart's up on this stage, just literally just. A couple rows away. And it was freaking hilarious.
So my favorite concert was Vegas. I went to Silk Sonic. It was opening night. My buddy was getting married.
Sonic.
Yep. Silk Sonic. Oh my God. The album. I got to give it to you. So we're in Vegas for my boy's wedding.
Please don't give me the album. Just send me a link, bro.
No, you need to copy the album. Once you listen to the album, it's going to be the whole CD.
What the fuck do I play an album on, bro?
You don't. You can store it. You save it. Put it in the life box. Put it in like a storage box or something.
All right.
So we went there, and one of the rules that I have in Vegas is what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right? So that includes the money. So if we go gamble, herpes does come back with you.
Yeah.
But it's only it's a visitor that brings you every couple months if you're stressed out. Now. We go to Vegas, and while we're there, the rule is that whatever money we make from gambling, we spend in Vegas. That's how we fund all of our trips. So whenever you see me in Vegas and I'm doing something big, crazy baller, that probably means I won a lot of money at the casino. So now I'm spending it in Vegas. So this particular night, I took like $150, turned it into like $1,500. Like I 10x my money. Well, technically, yeah, it's a 10x on the money. We are I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling myself. And we were at the casino all night. So I get back to the room. I'm thinking we could do whatever we want now because we got $1,500. So I look down and I see, Silk Sonic opening live MGM the next day. I said, oh. I pull it up. I said, oh, look at this. Let's see tickets. The concert's there and it's at the MGM. So I'm like, oh, man, these seats look nice. And I look down and there's like 2 seats, 3 rows from the stage. And I click it, $750. I was like, oh, well, I happen to have $1,500. Bought them both. We went to the wedding. The wedding was baller. Went out and gambled. We went to the concert. 3 rows back from Silk Sonic, we heard everything. Did you lock up your phone and everything? It was a freaking concert. It was a dance club. We were right there next to the lane, so I had unfiltered views of Silk Sonic, of Bruno and the crew. And I remember we were sitting in that row, and I look back, and I can see all the people that are filling in the seats in the back and the nosebleeds, and I'm like, I wonder if those people know that I used to be like one of them. I remember when I was poor. Yeah, I get a little pretentious with money.
Oh, and so Bruno Mars was part of Silk Sonic.
Correct. Yep. It's Bruno Mars. What the hell's the dude's name? It's another group member, and I always forget his name.
Yeah,
anyway,
I don't know.
Really great group of guys. It's an old school like 70s style vibe, okay. So a little more bass.
I'm not very musically inclined, or I guess musically, sports, like I don't know who's who.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you this. I'm gonna share this album with you via Apple Music, and you're gonna listen to it, and you're gonna love it. I was about to say,
don't get me a vinyl because I don't have that.
This is fire. You're gonna love it. All right, so. But you know what? The funny thing is, I wanted to chat with you because it's funny because we're talking about times where we did something really fun. Sounds like we were both at peace in those moments. I was talking the other day about a topic that like kind of gripped me at church a couple Sundays ago, and he was talking about the adage, and I've heard it all the time. It's better to be a warrior in the garden than a gardener in the war.
Yeah.
And I thought about that, and I thought about it, and I said, you know what? But like, what happens to the garden when it's not tended by a gardener? What happens in the war? And obviously that's the purpose of it, right? Like I'd rather be a warrior who can easily exist in this place. So I reached out to you and I asked you a question. I said, hey, what do you think would really happen to that garden if it was manned by a warrior?
Yeah.
And you were like, well, I think he would get things done. He'd make things happen. And I was like, but would he though? And we started talking about how we exist in peace. I think you and I had some touching moments on that.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
We did.
Go ahead. What are your thoughts on the warrior existing in the garden?
I think you can, but there's going to be a level of this transition that's going to go on, right? Because he's going to go through this turmoil of this brotherhood, this camaraderie that he had, to now essentially being somewhat isolated and secluded from that. Mm-hmm. It's almost like a military transition out of the military.
Yep, which is why we're having this convo.
Yeah, so it's kind of like taking that transition, right? He's going to fuck things up. He's going to destroy some things. Yeah. He doesn't quite understand what he's doing and why he's doing it. And we can kind of segue into something after this. Onto that.
Oh, we're going to segue a lot. So, I love this topic. I loved it because I think you and I specifically know what it's like to fuck shit up. Like we fuck shit up. And what I mean by that is not combat, not war, not murdering people. What I'm talking about is fucking up just fucking up peace.
Yeah.
And I think that's a problem that a lot of people have issues with, number one, but most certainly most veterans who come from, this.
What is war?
Oh.
What is war? When somebody goes to war, what is it? It's fucking chaos.
Yeah.
It's chaos that goes off at any moment. It's not like they send you a text message or a letter or shoot a flare up, say, all right, we're about to do this, or you see people lining up.
It's not 1920.
I don't know if they did that in the 1920s either. Like this isn't the 1800s, right? This isn't the Civil War, or the Civil War. This isn't a Revolutionary War. This is it's just war. It just happens. Mm-hmm. And it's just chaos. Even when you're not in chaos, there's still some sort of chaos kind of going on, because you're preparing for chaos.
Yep.
You're trained for that chaos. So that warrior's just been trained for chaos. Is that has that warrior been trained since he was 18 years old and it's been 14 years? Or, has he been trained for 2 years and it's been 2 years? Or what does that timeline, that trajectory in his life look like? But when a warrior's been trained, they're trained for chaos.
Yeah.
Now that's what he knows. They know this is chaos. And that's what, now he's going into this garden, which is essentially peace.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really much chaos going on other than that plant needs to be watered. Yeah. That could be him or her relationship, whatever it is.
And it'll get watered eventually. It'll get watered eventually. Yeah, I'll get it done. Yeah, I have nothing but time.
Got to figure out how.
Yep.
Got to figure out, get some inner peace. So I think that's kind of what we talked about a little bit, is going in there and saying, well, really, we had a different viewpoint on it and had a little time to think and reflect. I was like, well, shoot. You said the warrior just go in there, fuck shit up, just chop all the freaking plants down and done.
Well, yeah. So what I meant is and this is going back to my particular lifestyle and my position. I can recognize with that adage, and the thing I took away from it was I can recognize in myself how I am that warrior who's trained for chaos. And we're not talking about warrior like I served 40 years and I killed 90 people. We're talking about I am that person who was bred and born in chaos, right? We talked about our childhood in one of the other podcasts. So you take that chaotic childhood, right? And then you did what? You developed survival techniques, survival tactics, whether it's going unnoticed, manipulating, lying, sneaking around, all those things that you did to get your needs met. Then you join the military. You serve 13 years. And like you said, 17, 18 years old, you're growing up in this lifestyle. That's your introduction to the world, is not, oh, well, hey, here's college and here's a beer and let's all hang out and drink. Your parents are paying for this. Don't worry. You're going, oh, shit, I've got fucking bills now. I've got a credit card payment I have to make. I have a car payment. I have a wife to take care of. Some of them immediately go in, they get married, they have kids. Like, this is chaos. And it's fire. And the beauty of for me, especially in the Marine Corps, the beauty is the Marine Corps really teaches you well from boot camp how to navigate that chaos. And it's not about losing your mind and flipping out, right? It's the poise, the confidence, and the discipline while the fire's happening. That's what gets us out.
That's on your point to that, man. That's exactly it. Is I know nothing but chaos.
Yeah.
My life is nothing but chaotic. Very, very, very chaotic. Ever since I was young, ever since I can remember. I mean, I was abused since I could remember by my great grandma and my grandmother. I until I was 8 years old, till finally I was not around those fucking terrible people.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, so I had this utter chaos. My mom, my sister, my mom being a man-hater, not even knowing, my mom not caring about me like she cared about my sister. She didn't really care about me. I was I was an annoyance.
Yeah, you were tolerated.
Not even that.
Oof.
Not even that, because she just sent me outside or some, not even tolerated. I was just a plate to fill and the mouth to feed.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what they did. Here's the funny part. I couldn't even remember what my mom did growing up, like what job she did or anything like that. I don't remember a lot of that childhood because it shut it out for various reasons. But I was born in chaos. I had nothing but growing up in chaos. And then going into the military is what? Fucking chaos.
Yep.
But it's just organized.
It's organized, and that's glad you said it. Organized chaos.
Organized chaos.
Yep. But you learn how to navigate it. You learn how to manipulate it.
They give me the tools.
Yep. They give you the tools
to learn how to navigate it.
Yep.
And they taught me how to be in control of my own chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of this, before that, like I had no control over that, man. That thing was I was a firefighter with a hose, man, just squirting it everywhere, man, because there's fires everywhere I was putting out. I was starting, not even putting out. I don't think I ever really put out one fire when I was a kid. I just started fires because that's all I knew. And so,
but you're also a kid. You're really not equipped to put out any fires. The fires that you have, for me, for example, I remember the earliest I can remember of having a fire that it wasn't my responsibility to put out.
Did you ever feel remorse though as a kid?
I felt remorse over the things I did, but I only felt remorse. I didn't feel remorse because of the things I did. I felt remorse because of the way it made my mother feel.
Yeah.
I never felt like I didn't steal something and then get caught and then go, oh, I feel so bad. I should have done that. I went, oh, fuck, I got caught. My mom's mad. Now I gotta get better at it. So that's what we would do is I would get better. My speaking skills, the ability to like convince people to do things for me, I leverage that in the worst of ways to get better at the thing that I really shouldn't have been doing in the first place.
Yeah.
So I can recognize that I'm the catalyst for most of my fires. The problem is I didn't feel that remorse. There was no remorse to feel because I did what I had to do. And I knew why I was doing it. I used to steal stuff not because and again, this kind of makes it sound like I'm putting myself on this high mighty, like I'm just such a good person. No, I stole because I wanted the shit and I wanted it then. So for me, it was, okay, well, we want the Game Boys. We want the Pokemon games. We want the same shit everybody else that we get to watch is getting.
You stole that shit?
Well, I was good. And I don't want to like brag about it. And Walmart had a little, you can't come here for a couple years kind of thing. But like, we got in trouble. I used to like, we wanted it. We wanted the same things every other kid wanted. Yeah. We didn't have birthdays. We didn't have fucking Christmases. We had nothing. There was nothing throughout the year.
Is it because couldn't afford it?
No, it was a combination of that. And then, she was looking for religion after her second divorce. She started to try to find religion.
What religion?
To fill Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, fuck.
Yep. So that was no Christmases, no birthdays, no holidays outside of Easter. So, we're sitting there and I'm like, man, like now we get nothing. And then, the first year hurt the most, I think. And then after that, it was like, oh, okay, this is the norm. Like, I don't need to look forward to having Christmas or New Year's. And that's what I did. So even now as like an adult, like I just got to a place as an adult where I'm going, wait a minute, I'm not that little boy anymore. If I want to celebrate fucking Christmas, I'll celebrate Christmas. But I would steal the games, we'd steal the Game Boys, and my brother and sister, we'd play them. My logic, which I think is pretty sound for my age, 10, 11, is, oh, well, if I'm stealing them, then we don't have to bother you for them. Because I'm thinking every time I ask you, hey, Daddy, can I have a Game Boy? Daddy, I want to play Pokemon. Daddy, can we get some trading cards? You have to tell me no. And I can feel, this is again, we went back to it, we said in the other episode, I started to learn how to feel and read people quickly. Like how fast could I understand like what you're feeling, thinking, and wanting that fast? I saw how it made you feel or how your muscles tensed up when I asked you for something and you knew you didn't have the money. So how do we get out of that? Well, I could either A, stop wanting the things, or B, just go get them. So I went and got them. And we would get them. We were so happy. I don't even know how she never noticed that we were playing the Game Boys and things. Like she knew she didn't buy, or maybe she did notice and just didn't care to ask or inquire. But I would steal them. And if we needed cash, I would sell them to the white kids. The white kids got allowance. They would give us the money, and then we'd use that money to buy things. So like that's how we coped. That's the survival mechanism. The problem is now as we get older, how does that impact us long term?
Well, I mean, we go through several transitions in life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when we didn't feel sorry or have empathy or have those feelings as a kid, you start to kind of develop those as you kind of get older, or maybe supposed to. Now, sometimes you let things lapse and some things you don't. It just depends on the personality and the person themselves. I do. Now, when I was younger, I didn't have any remorse until I was really kind of going like 14, 15 years old. Mm-hmm. I realized some fucked up shit I was doing. And I was like, ooh, this is like terrible. Like one time I stole a pair of shorts from, oh man, I forget the name of the store. I was shopping mall in Oklahoma and Shawnee. And I never know how to steal. This the first time I stole something, Yeah, exactly. And stole from a shopping mall. Yeah. I was like, it was like a JCPenney's or some shit like that. But what I did is I took a couple pairs of shorts, laid them over here, and then took the pair of shorts I wanted, folded them in half, and put them right here where you couldn't see them, and then put two more pairs of shorts on top of them. And I went to the dressing room and put those on immediately, and then put my pants over them, and then just waited for a good few minutes, 10 minutes, I don't know how long, and then walked out, said, yep, these ain't going to work, and walked right out the damn door.
Yep.
But as I was walking out the door, there was a cop walking in.
Heart sank.
Oh my God. I could feel my toes, my heart, my toes. I was like, oh my fucking God, here I go. First time trying this, I'm busted. Mm-hmm. He walks right past me. Hey. And just like slow to me, I'm like, yep, I'm walking normal. I was probably running to my car, jumped in the car, boop, went to my mom's and
for one pair of shorts.
For one pair of shorts. Stupid.
Rookie.
Stupid.
You got to take at least 6 up here. If I'm going to go down, I want to make sure it's worth it. I need 6 pairs of shorts.
Dude, there's no way. I didn't have a pair of shorts at my mom. My mom would have probably bought me a pair of shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she owned a Marine at this time. But she probably had access to a pair of shorts.
I'm glad you said that though, but so let's talk about it. Then if your mom had access and you didn't, why'd you steal them then?
Because I didn't want to be a nuisance to my mom because my mom started coming back in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So now I didn't want to ask. Now I just wanted to come in here and be like, boom, God. Here I got a pair of shorts. I don't have to bother anybody for money. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be that kid, that I was when I was younger.
I'm reading you, and I don't want to bother. I don't want to bother you or become a bother or have you feel like. So it goes back to like feeling like abandoned or almost like I don't want to go back to feeling that way.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, I was fucking abandoned. I had abandonment issues.
Yep. So now I know, and what we learned is that hey, if I just do these things that I know I'm not supposed to do, it'll make you feel better because now I'm not stressing you out.
Yep.
But I'm doing things that I know I shouldn't be doing to make because I know I want what I want, but it's easy. And this is about the communication, but. I think the problem when we start talking about how that chaos affects you later on, it may honestly it gets worse as you get older. The chaos.
Funny thing about the shorts too is I actually lost them in the lake. They came off when I was tubing. Because they weren't actually the proper size I probably should have got.
Yeah.
They're like one size too large.
Probably too scared to go back and go get another pair.
No fucking way. So are you kidding me? There was a cop walked right in as I was walking. I was like, man, I believe in coincidence. I believe in karma. I'm about to go to jail over this stupid pair of shorts.
I didn't think any of those things. So I remember we used to talk. I would talk to them. Like I would engage with them in communication, just like to diminish any sense of the fact that there was something wrong. I'm telling you, the way that I remember the first time I had to I started taking like hyper control of everything is I don't think we've ever talked about this. I've never actually shared this story with you at all. So I know this is like a completely raw first time experience you're going to be getting. I remember I went to go stay with my dad. He showed back up randomly and I thought, oh, this is dad. Like I'm going to go stay with him. Like I can't wait to go be with my dad, And we went there for the summer. He took me to wherever it was. I think it was Virginia, North Carolina. And beat the fuck out of me, like legit. Like he had his stepkids. He had his wife, his new wife. She had 2 older daughters and a son. And then it was him. And then it was a 2-bedroom condo. And I remember the shape of the condo. It was this like circle kind of shape, and you could look down in the middle, and you could see like the pool and everything in the middle. So I know what it was now, but I would just pee the bed. I was like 7. I would just pee the bed all the time. Pee the bed. And it's this uncomfortability thing, like this big thing. But every time I peed the bed, I got a whooping. And every time I peed the bed, then he got so pissed off one time he started making me wear diapers. 7, wearing diapers, walking around the house in diapers. I was too afraid to go outside. I was too embarrassed to go anywhere. So one day, my stepbrother makes a comment about my mom or something like that. And I punched him right in the fucking face. And I knew I was going to get fucked up. Oh, you know what? No, I'm missing a part because I'm skipping some of the story. What really happened was after he got tired of whooping me, he said, you know what? You're grounded for the rest of the summer. So he locked me in the master bedroom. I was locked in the room. They would only feed, I was eating ramen and crinkle fries, which is the reason why I don't eat crinkle fries. I don't like ramen. The second I see him, I go, oh, I'm back in that room again. And it was weird because he had this picture of my mom and my brother and me over his dresser. Super weird. He's married to another woman, but he has a picture of my mom, me, and my brother over top of his dresser. It was locked in the room. So I would just stare at the picture, and that's who I would talk to. I would pretend like they were here and I would talk to and engage with them. So finally, I stopped peeing the bed. The diapers came off. Brother made the comment. I punched him right in the face, and I knew I was going to get my ass whooped. I knew it was coming, but I was so angry and sick of getting whoopings. I was like, yo, fuck this. I'm done with it. I hid under the bed. Not a good hiding spot.
Yeah.
Snatched me out, started whooping me. And I was just like, yo, I'm so sick of crying. Like, I just don't want to cry anymore. I'm done. So I stopped. I just no cry. He's like, oh, you're not going to cry? Oh, okay. You're a man now. So he and his wife, she's in the closet, grabbing every belt out of the closet, putting it in his hand. He's whooping me with all of them. Now I'm fighting. I'm not taking these like a G. Yeah. I'm fucking fighting through his legs and shit, hiding. He grabs the coax cable from behind the TV, lays into it with that. And he goes, yeah, you're going to see. I said something. And I said, I hate you. I hate being here. I wish I was just dead. I should just kill myself. That's what I said. He says, oh, that's what you want to do? Okay. And he gives me the knife. So I had it and I held it and I was like, oh, this is it. Like, I'm out of here. I'm finally free. I'm getting out of here. That's all I wanted to do. I'm finally getting out of here. Fuck him. I'm out. And as I went to do it, I was going to do it. A voice in my head said, don't do it. There's another way. I'll show you. That's exactly what the voice said. And I said, oh, okay. So I threw the knife at the wall, had like a Jackie Chan moment. It's like in the wall. And I remember him sitting right here on the bed. He's sitting here, his wife's sitting there, and he's picking his toenails. And he used to bring his feet to his face to chew his toenails off. That's what he was doing. He was just sitting there right there. And I just remember standing there and I'm fucking just crying and I'm angry. And So that was the end of it. I didn't talk. I didn't call my mom for like a week because I was plotting. I was ready. I was like, all right, cool. Here's how I got to get the fuck out of here. Here's what I need to do. Here's how I need to do it. So a week goes by. Cops come to a wellness check because I hadn't called my mom in a week. So the cop turns me around and his back is to the door and I'm standing here and there's a little window right here. And when he says, hey, so your mom's worried about you. She says you haven't called, like you're not talking to her. Like, is everything okay? And I said, yep, everything's fine. And he said, are you sure? Like, if there's anything going on, you can tell me. And as I'm looking at him, I see right here in my peripheral vision, he pulls his curtains down. He's looking at me. And I could see it. And I said, you know what? If I say anything, again, the instantaneous, like the time that it feels like for most people is like this long-winded thing, this process. When I started to explain it, it happened instantaneous. I go, if I say something, and they don't take me out of here, I'm gonna get another whooping. I don't want another whooping, so I just won't say anything, and I'll just I'll get myself out of here. I took hyper responsibility of my situation and said I'm not even gonna ask for help. So I said no, I'm good. I'm great. Everything's good. The cop said okay, cool. You know, we walked off. I went back to my closet. I didn't even go out in the living room anymore. There was no grounding now. I could walk out freely in the living room. And
but you didn't want to be around them.
I didn't want to be around him. I sat in the room and I would just talk to that picture. So then as I'm walking in the room, he goes, yeah, you better not have said anything because you knew what would have happened. I said, oh, I know. But I also know I'm going home soon, so I don't have anything to worry about. He's like, oh, you think you're going home? I do. Walked in the room, closed the door. I sat there. They went out. They left that day and they were outside playing in the pool. I could watch them play in the pool, his whole new family. No, I wasn't allowed. So I sat there. I said, okay, cool. I'm going to get out of here. I pissed myself in a grocery store and her screaming that he wasn't my dad. And that's how I got out.
So the cops came?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was screaming. I pissed myself right in the middle of the grocery store because we always went to the grocery store at the same time every time. So I said, oh, this is my out. Like, I'm going to tell him I'd like to go. I never asked to go. He's like, oh, you want to go? I'm like, yeah, come on. I stood right in the middle of the grocery store. I pissed myself right there. And I said, this guy kidnapped me. I don't know who he is. Help, help, help. And they were like, hey, we can't, like this kid's screaming. He doesn't know who you are. We're not going to give him to you. Let's call the cops. The cops came. Now I'm not at your house. They have to take me with them.
Yeah.
My mom came pick me up. Home.
Never saw your dad again.
No, I haven't seen him. No, I haven't talked to him since. Well, I mean, I talked to him after that, but I haven't seen him since then.
You still talk to him?
He called. Oh my God, my mom used to piss me off. She used to make me call him. I hated him. I absolutely, after that moment. And the crazy part is I never told her.
You never told her
I never told her. She didn't know. She did not know about this story here until last year. She had no idea. Yep. And then my ex was asking me like why I never told her. Why? What would me telling her have done like after the fact, except for make her feel like shit? Again, the hyper responsibility, hyper controlling, hyper like I'm going to contain and manipulate all these things. And again, I'm using the word manipulation. I don't want it to sound negative, but I'm like, I know how it would make me feel if somebody came to me and told me something like this happened to them, and I felt like I was responsible. No. I'm pretty sure she would have listened. I was afraid that she would enmesh herself in my feelings and my pain, and she can't hold that. I didn't think she could hold the weight.
Yeah.
So I said, oh, I'll just keep it to myself. I'll hold it. I'll keep it. And I kept it for fucking years. She never knew. But she would make me call him, and I never told her. So I'm holding and building resentment for her for making me call him.
So why don't you go to your dad's and whoop his ass and say, hey, I just want to show you what it's like.
This is the worst thing in the fucking world.
You know I
don't have that. I don't have that anger anymore. I used to. When I was a kid, when I was younger, I used to hate him. But what I noticed is the more I hated him, the more I kept focusing on who he was, the more I started to notice I was becoming more and more like him. Like I started to move and do things. Like I never played. I'm a really great, basically athletic person. He played baseball. I was like, I'm never going to fucking play baseball. I will never touch baseball. I never tried out for baseball. I can go out right now. I can pitch. I can hit. I can catch. I will never. I would never play out of fucking spite. I will not be. And I'm a junior, so I have his name. So when it all came up, I was like, all right, cool, we're good. He called me when I was in Okinawa. I was in Japan. He called me. He was like, hey, you got this phone. It's Terry. I'm like, oh, this is Terry. Who's this? He goes, oh, it's Terry. Terry who? Like, it's your father. I'm like, oh. And I had like a moment where I'm like, okay, I'm going to let him know everything. That same voice that I heard that day said, listen, let it go. Let it go.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? So we're talking and he goes, I'm like, I said, hey, what's up? He's like, hey, so I heard you're in Japan now. I went to Japan. I met your mom in Korea. I was like, yeah, I know the story. He's trying to make small talk. He goes, well, how do you have an American number? And I was like, oh, I have Vonage. This is back when like the Cisco phones had just come out. Yeah. So he was one of the MLM Cisco guys who like started that whole thing. So he goes, well, you got a Vonage phone. Oh, Vonage is trash. You need to upgrade and get one of these Cisco phones. Man, these Cisco phones are so good and you can do video chat. Da, da, da. I said, did you just try to sell me a fucking phone? Like, I haven't talked to you in I think at this point, it maybe would have been at least 8 years since the last time we had a phone conversation, which was, I was like 12 or 13. I was maybe 11 or 12. We haven't talked in this long and you try to sell me a motherfucking phone? And I was ready to go in and I said, you know what? I appreciate you calling. This was a bad idea. I'm good. But thank you. Click. That was the last time we spoke. Well, that was the last time we spoke until he messaged me on Facebook to complain about my sister, who then also yelled at him. But that's a whole different story.
Wait.
Yeah. Apparently he fucked up my younger sister. I got a phone call from her later on. Like, oh, I'm your sister. I'm like, I don't know who you are. She's like, I'm your little sister, Ebony. I'm your dad's other daughter. And then he has another son. Actually, super funny how I met her and I met my younger brother, whose name is Terry Allen Davis Jr. So when I went in on him that day when I was 10 or 11, and I was like, oh, you don't even have a son. Just forget that I exist. He named his next son after him. There's 2 of us.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But you know what? To answer your question, though, I don't have that anger or resentment. I don't need to fight him. I don't really, because the crazy part is I was holding on to all this anger for a person I didn't even know. And then the more I got to know him, and this is the worst fucking thing, I felt bad for him.
Oh, really?
I realized he was fucking doing the same shit that he did. So I never, growing up, we spent every summer in Baltimore. I spent all my summers with my grandmother. And I never knew that my grandfather lived a block away. I had never seen my grandfather. I didn't meet my grandfather until I was like 24, 25. And how I met him, I ended up bumping into my uncle, my dad's older brother. And he's like, oh, you want to meet your grandfather? I was like, he's alive? I thought he was dead. We go to meet him. He's not at the hospital. He's like, I know where he's at. We go to the VFW, prior Army guy. We walk in. He goes, yo, who's this? And he's like, shit, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for saying the N-bomb, but he said, I don't know that nigga. And I said, oh, this is Terry's son. He goes, you want a shot? Yeah, I'll take a shot.
How old were you?
25.
25. Oh,
yeah. So I'm like, yeah, I'll take a shot. That's all we did. We had no conversation about anything from the family. But I went to my other uncles. I went to my grandmother's old house. My grandmother passed. While I was on my deployment in Iraq, she died, and they tried to call me to come back to do the red message and all that stuff, but I didn't. There was a football, and my uncle said, oh, we got to make sure we pack that up. I said, oh, why? It's an old football. Just throw it away. He goes, no, it's your dad's football, which made me in my head go, oh, I should really throw this shit away. Yeah. I said, oh, why is he saving this old football? He's like, that's the first. So when your dad was growing up, we always wanted our dad to buy us stuff, and he never bought us anything. All your dad would ask him for every year was a football. He just wanted to play. He just wanted to throw football. He just wanted to play football. That's what your dad wanted to do. And he asked him every year for a football. On his birthday, on Christmas, he would always ask for a football. And dad always said no. He said, no, I'm not getting you shit. So when your dad joined the Army, the first thing he bought himself with his first paycheck was that football.
So your dad was in the Army?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, damn, your childhood was fucked up too. I kind of feel like you kind of had it fucked up. I later found out that he attempted to kill his own father.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy story. Yeah, apparently there was a lot of abuse, a lot of emotional abuse, and finally one day he snapped and was going to go kill him. And my grandfather called my grandmother and said, "Hey, your son's out in this front yard. He's got a gun. You need to come get him." So now she's going to go get him. My grandfather snuck out the back window, went to the bar. That's the story. And I'm like, damn. So the reason why I think about that is I look at the way our traumas get perpetuated. Like you said a minute ago, it's like this trauma was laid onto him, and then his dad probably laid it onto him, and then now it's my turn to face that same generational trauma. And I have a choice to make, and I can either continue to perpetuate this and do it to my son, who then perpetuated on to his sons and the rest of the Davis line, or I could say, nah, the buck stops here. I think I'll try to do my thing different. And it's a choice, and I can't hate him for making his choice. I don't like the way that it made me feel, or the way how I grew up, but I don't have to hate you for it either. I could just let you have made a piss poor choice and just remove myself from your.
So you talk to him now?
No, God, no.
Oh,
shit, no, fuck.
Fuck.
God, no.
I thought you were going and leaving.
I know. I mean, if we
sing Kumbaya all Thanksgiving dinners and shit.
No. I did tell him the last time we spoke was on Facebook, and I did say, listen, like I have as far as like a father-son relationship, we don't have that, right? But at the end of the day, You are my blood. You are my father. So it is what it is. You have grandchildren here that I'd hate for you to miss out on, or I'd hate for me to hold back on you meeting them because I don't want to be around you. I would hate for that to be an experience they have to share. With that said, you're not taking them anywhere. You're not going anywhere with them. But at the same time, if you ever want to meet them, reach out, let me know, and we'll set somebody
there. You can see them.
Yeah.
You're way fuck, dude. I would set that bitch on fire. Because of
see, I'm telling you how like crazy it is that we're so very similar but so very different.
Yeah,
my rage and anger was there, but I really wasn't angry at him. I was angry at I was angry at me because I started to notice I was becoming more like him, which I didn't like.
Yeah.
Like, your dad was always a player. He always, your dad could talk his way out of anything. I internalized a hatred for my ability to talk myself out of anything. So I would get mad about it.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking just like my dad now. Oh, fucking disgusting. And I realized that in order for me to start loving myself, I had to stop hating him.
Well, hate's a strong word.
Oh, and I had strong hatred. Like it's not even like it's that this version of you that says like I would have burned him down. That's the version of me. I used to make jokes about it all the time. I would punch. Oh, if I ever saw him, I'd punch him in the face. Ha ha ha. I don't know what he looks like though. and that's awkward as fuck. Yeah, but it's awkward as fuck when I'm saying that, and that's kind of awkward.
It is. So there's two versions of people fucking know about me. The dude that's going to help you out wherever you need it. You call me at 2:00 in the freaking morning. Mm-hmm. I don't ask a question. I say, where do I need to be? I just grab the shovel. Mm-hmm. And then there's the other version of people saying, man, he's kind of a fucking asshole. Mm-hmm. And both of them are true. Yeah. It just depends on what side of the story you fall on. Is where I'm at with that person. Yeah. And so like, I don't sugarcoat it for people I just dislike. You know what I mean? I'm not going to act like we're kumbaya. Mm-hmm. There's not a play. We're not in a role. It's, hey, you don't like me. I don't care for you. That's cool. Yep. I will coexist with you all day long. Yeah. But we don't have to shake hands, drink a beer together, nothing like that. Let's see ya, sayonara. Now, the people that my very close friends, and that's very few people, but I even have very fewer people who are my close friends now. And it segues into kind of going into what happened and throughout my life. Like, same thing, the abuse. My mom knew what was going on. I thought my dad knew what was going on. I don't know. But they would do the same thing. They would put me on a hideaway bed, watch fucking Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. And to this day, it's fucking every time it comes on, I get this sick feeling in my stomach. Just, I hear Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune, I'm just like I'm going to throw up just because of what these people did. But they would sit me on a hideaway bed. I remember this at the 6, 8. That's why I remember the most.
Vivid. You probably remember the colors of the wall, the paint, the size of the TV, the windows.
I can tell you the smell. One of fucking my great grandma was on oxygen, so fucking smoking still while on oxygen. Like what's killing her, she's still doing it. You know what I mean? But then my grandma is also force feeding her because she's getting the benefits. It's very fucked up. Well, she killed her own son. She killed her own son by alcohol. He was an alcoholic dying, and she'd buy him a fifth of alcohol every single day. Dude died at 33 years old or something like that. My Uncle Ronnie, piece of shit of a person. So, but also I get it because who raised him? This is also a big piece of shit. Is my grandma. Yeah. Anyway, they would hit me with a cane. She had this cane. It was made out of wood and had knots in it. Just no reason. I'd just be playing with the car, fucking whap, just because. Just whack me right over the fucking head, man. Boom. And they would sit me on this hideaway bed, and I had the view of the whole front yard and all that. Well, my sister got to go play with all the neighborhood kids, and I couldn't leave the hideaway bed. I couldn't get off the hideaway bed. That was my island. And if I got off of it, the cane's coming. And it wasn't until I got older, until I was really rebellious, till probably 7.5 or so. Really rebellious. And so what happened was I would go jump off the hideaway bed. They had a small house, run around. Well, they're fucking old. She had a walker. My grandma wasn't doing well. You know what I mean? So outperform them was easiest thing in the world. And I'd hide behind doors, and they'd walk in there, slam the door shut, and scare the fucking piss out of them. Go back to the highway bed. I already knew it was going to happen. Get back there. I'd go underneath the bed. They'd fucking poke me with the damn canes. Same thing. Whack me with them. come on, bruises. Every time I go to their house, I cry. Like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Like, it's torture over there.
Yeah.
Nobody would listen. I knew my mom knew what was going on. Blah, 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 blah. So anyway, growing up, and then after they split up at 8 years old, that's when my parents got divorced, 8 years old. And my dad saw my great grandma whack me with a cane for no damn reason. I was sitting there just going, playing with a car in our own house. She was sitting there in the chair, and I was just, and she just whack. And my dad fucking jerked her up by her old ass and fucking tossed her outside. And it was the last time I saw them until I was in the service.
Was that before or after you chose dad?
Before I chose dad?
Yeah. So when you mentioned earlier, when you guys got divorced, you chose to go stay with dad while mom.
I don't know how that all transpired, to be honest with you. I wasn't part of that conversation. I don't know if I was like, hey, I want to go stay with dad.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't remember, to be honest with you. So I don't know how that transpired. I don't know how I got with dad and my sister went with my mom. You know, I mean, it seems really fucked up, you know, but sister's a different issue, different set of problems. So, yeah. So then my mom lived 20 minutes away. I saw her maybe once a year. But every weekend was her weekend. She'd call, hey, I'm coming. Boom, get me all excited. No call, or just don't, or call and say, I can't make it, don't feel good, or just no show. You know what I mean? So it was just for years of this. Yeah. And then my dad just stopped telling me. And then my dad stopped letting her have that kind of contact. It was just like, he was shielding me. I get it. And then when I was 14, finally she got married again. And he's like, hey, this is your son. You shouldn't be doing this. Anyway, went out there. Me and him was cool. He actually taught me how to hunt. So this is Joe, good dude. And then just like the good old mom she is, fucking shit up. She fucked that marriage completely up, started dealing drugs and got me to deal drugs. And so now she got me, that was the first time I smoked pot is with my mom. So never smoked pot, never did any drugs, smoked a little bit of pot with my mom. Now I'm selling drugs. Wasn't a very good drug dealer.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be a very good drug dealer.
No.
You look visibly like a narc. Like I would look at you and go, yeah, you're gonna fucking snitch on me. I could just tell.
I would.
I could like. You know what's funny? You told that. I'm sorry, we're laughing. I feel like I'm glad we found a way to segue out of the pain. But no, it's funny. I feel like with you, I would be like, yo, let's go steal some shorts. You'd be like, Terrence, I don't know. What if the police catch us?
Oh man.
What if? Oh, Terrence, the cops are coming. Shut the fuck up, Dustin. Just steal the fucking shorts.
Yeah, I would be in the fucking passenger seat. You'd be talking through it. I'd be peeing myself. You know, here's the thing. It's not about the act of doing it, though. Yeah. You know, it's not about stealing or anything like that. It wasn't about that. Mm-hmm. It was about the fear of what I get when I got home. That's why I didn't steal shit, because I knew exactly what was going to happen to me when I got home. My dad is going to kick the living fuck out of me. Well, I wanted to avoid getting hit. You know, I wasn't very confrontational. You know, so I was like, I mean, I was, but, you know, in a way I wasn't. With him, no way. He kicked my ass.
Yeah.
So I was very like, nope, I am not stealing shit. You know, I went out and did some dumb shit, man. Smashing mailboxes, you know, the kid shit. Yep. You know what I mean? So just.
I got so good at not getting caught, I never had to worry about it. And then I did get caught. And I got my ass whooped.
I got caught selling drugs. So I didn't get caught in the act. I sold it to somebody who narked on me. And then my dad, retired firefighter, knew the chief of police in Yukon.
Was he white?
Yeah, fucking everybody was white, dude.
Fucking narc. Dude, I know where you're from, so I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Like, in my hometown, I think we had maybe 3 black people in my hometown.
And you weren't friends with any of them, huh?
I was friends with Bobby. He actually kind of looked like Bobby.
Why do I kind of look like Bobby?
Oh.
Was he bald?
Because you're black.
Oh,
it's because you're black.
Hey, as long as we're both being honest.
You know, no. There's some. So you actually remind me a little bit about Bobby, because Bobby was a fucking smooth talker, man. Mm-hmm. Just the charisma, the smooth talker. So you remember, you have some resemblance to Bobby. Mm-hmm. But Bobby was half white, half black. And his parents owned a sod farm, you know. So he was this, you know, whitish washed, you know, black guy. So he was a good guy.
Yeah.
Until he fucked my girlfriend. And then I, you know, was like, man, you fucked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were really good friends until then.
Yeah.
And then
fuck you, Bobby. Fuck you.
Fuck you, Bobby.
Fuck you, Bobby.
I don't know where you're at today, but fuck you, Bobby.
I hope you got her pregnant and she cheated on you.
Yeah.
With your brother.
Yeah.
Did he have a brother?
And it wasn't even your kid.
Did he have a brother?
No.
His sister?
I feel like he did.
I hope your cousin fucked your girlfriend. Fuck you, Bobby. I can't find a family member.
I hope your best friend fucked your sister.
I hope your new best friend fucked your ex-girlfriend and then got her pregnant and you thought it was your baby and now it's really not your baby. Fuck you, Bobby.
Newsflash. It's not your baby.
Newsflash. Hey, on the show, Bobby, you are not the father.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Bobby.
Fuck you, Bobby.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to have an episode called Fuck You and we're just going to tell everybody like all who we want to say fuck you to. Just let's vent it out.
Actually, I didn't have any really remorse, man, because to be honest with you, I had no sense of like, I didn't know how to be in a relationship.
Yeah, but fuck the relationship. There's a sense of loyalty.
Well, like, 100%.
Yeah, that's what I care about. Like the girlfriend thing, like, oh no, what? Oh well, but like loyalty, bro. Like,
yeah,
what's on my back?
You know, like there's a lot of talk about loyalty. Very little people are loyal. Very little people will have your back when you go through some shit. And so fuck you, Bobby.
Fuck you. Hey, you happy say he got it off his chest.
He did. Yeah, it's gone now. It's
fuck you. Yeah.
And so anyway, chief police came to my house. My dad's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Mm-hmm. And I was like, "Yeah, I ain't doing that no more." Really tumultuous relationship with my mom still. You know, found some things about her, and you know, well, she was doing drugs. She was selling. I swear she had the fucking cartel. Came in her room one day. She had 15, 20 pounds of fucking of weed in individual bricks. Maybe, probably more than that. I think they were a pound a piece. And there was probably 40 or 50 of these things. Mm. And I remember it vividly. You're in Cooks and Bend, Oklahoma. I mean, we're talking about fucking, they have ranches for cockfighting. You know what I mean? You're redneck shit. This is redneck shit, not meth capital, a lot of meth being made. And it's like, holy crap, bro. And these Mexican guys showed up. Okay, so anyway, that's not that bad. Yeah. Mexicans can show up.
Yeah.
However, you're wearing a green motherfucking leisure suit with a gold ass cane with a fucking lowrider popping around in our hotel. Bro, you stand out like a sore thumb. What the hell are you guys doing? You are not blending in. You're not being a chameleon. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, there's something up with these guys. Actually partied with them a little bit. Cool guys.
That's not where I thought that story was going.
Nope. Yeah. They invited me to play poker with them.
And you were how old?
I was, I was driving at this time, so 16.
Okay. And
I was like, hell yeah, I'll go play some poker with you guys. Play some poker, got drunk, you know, won some money, left, blah, blah, blah. No big deal. And my mom was using meth at the time. And so, or at least selling it, had something to do with it. I think she was using too. Anyway, found some bag of meth on her when I was looking for a cigarette and it popped out and I was like, what the fuck? She tried to fight me over it, threw it in the lake. Oh yeah, big thing. And, then she, 16, now I'm not even staying there. I'm staying at some friends' houses, blah, blah, blah. I go back to her place, try to talking to her and she's like, I'm going to call the police on you. And the whole time I'm like, okay, fucking go ahead. This is where I'm staying. Like, call the police on me. Well, in the meantime, she's wearing a fucking hoodie, pulled all the way fucking tight, looked like South Park fucking episode of Kill Kenny with sunglasses on. And I was like, okay, well, obviously she's high on something. She calls the fucking sheriff. Sheriff comes out there and he's like, what the fuck is she doing? I was like, I don't know. And he goes, man, there's something obviously wrong with her. I was like, yeah, there is. He goes, can you get back to Yukon? And I was like, no, it's like 2.5 hours away. My car has a donut on it and I don't have any money for gas. And she's like, hey, so he goes over there, hey, can you give him money for gas? Can you get money to fix his tires? She's like, no. And so the sheriff's like, wow, that's so fucked up. Yeah. Well, I have no way to get home at this point. I'm going to run and eat, blah, blah, blah. He gives me money. I drive out, just make it to the fucking tire shop to fix my tire before they close. Boom, head out, barely make it home on fumes. Get there, don't see my mom again, you know. And then I don't see her at 19. I was home on leave. Hey, mom, let's meet up, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, boom. Met up. It was in Moore, Oklahoma. We're meeting up by McDonald's. Took my best friend Josh with me. And lo and behold, guess what? No call, no show. I was like, what the fuck? You know, my buddy's like, dude, I'm so sorry. I was like, yeah, it's just par for course, man. And I didn't bring her back into my life until 25 or something like 23, maybe. I got stationed in Oklahoma. And then I was like, all right, let me get her back in my life. So I did, but always kept her at very arm's length.
Yeah.
And so essentially when I left for the military, me and my dad had a very, tumultuous relationship, the whole 9 yards. Just kind of didn't have that really bonding relationship with either of my parents. So, trying to rebuild. Matter of fact, me and my dad almost got in a fight on Thanksgiving. I was late. Yeah. Yeah. But I had a good reason. I went out with this chick and, we were,
okay. I'm gonna wait for it. Okay, go ahead.
So we had fun. We went to a strip club. We were having fun.
On Thanksgiving?
The day before.
Okay.
Day before.
Okay.
And so having fun, blah,
Stuffing
blah,
the
blah.
turkey.
Stuffing the turkey.
Yep.
Got back to her place. Did our thing, blah, blah, blah. Naked in her bedroom. And I wake up and a fucking dude is standing over me. And I was just like, oh shit. And woke up and he screams out of the fucking room, what the fuck, you fucking whore, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, now I knew she was going through a divorce.
Okay.
So I knew she was going through the divorce. So it wasn't like I was blindsided by this, but I was blindsided by the dude still had
access to
the fucking house
while I'm sleeping.
Like that's probably something you should drop on somebody. Be like, oh, just by the way,
Yeah.
But the kids weren't there. No reason for him there. You know what I mean? And so they're arguing the fucking out there. Now I'm in the bedroom and I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Like, and now it's Thanksgiving. And I'm supposed to be there in like 20 minutes.
Hey, I'm going to go. I got Thanksgiving dinner. Hey, I'll call you. I'm so sorry, but I'll call you.
I'm over here not trying to rock the boat anymore than it's already rocked.
Yeah.
Dude naked in his bed. You know what I mean? Or
yeah.
It was. Yeah. So, yeah. You know what I mean?
Did you call her?
Yeah. Yeah, we hooked up that night.
Sick freak.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, listen.
At the house still? Same house?
Yeah.
Bro, come on. You ain't learned nothing?
No.
Oh, you stupid.
No.
Yeah, you stupid.
No.
I wouldn't learn anything anyway. I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
I would have done the same thing. I can't talk.
I was fucking 19. 19 or 20 at the time. And so I went back. Actually, I think I was 21. That was 20. No, I don't fucking know. I can't remember. It's all just a fuzzy fucking memory.
Yeah, those years are a little blurry.
Yeah. A lot of alcohol, a lot of drinking.
Lots of alcohol, lots of girls.
So finally made it back, made it Thanksgiving. I'm like an hour and 20 minutes late. And, my dad's like, oh, you piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. And at this point, I'm like, man, fuck you. Me and you don't really have a relationship. Like, you ain't talk to me like that. And so we went toe to toe. Boom. I took off. I left. My aunt and people came and, followed me, and I pulled over and I was like, yeah. I said, no, I don't need to go back to that place. I don't need him in my life. I don't need him in my life. I don't need him in my life, and I don't need to go back. I'm sorry this happened on Thanksgiving. Good luck. I'll see y'all later. Boom, boom, boom. Done. Well, anyway, I'll segue into, I didn't know how fucked up all my family is. Every last one of these fucking people, both sides. It doesn't matter. Mom's side's a bunch of drunks, alcoholics, fucking drug addicts. My dad's side is nothing but emotional, mental abuse trauma. And so I went to stay with my mom at the time now. Or wait, I went to stay with, who the fuck did I stay with? Or my sister or something like that. Went to stay with my sister. Kind of worked on the relationship with my mom. And then boom, bolted back, came back to Oklahoma. Worked on both of the relationships, blah, 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 blah. And then I got stationed back in San Diego, and my dad is ultimately pissed off. I took the grandkids from him, blah, blah, blah. But he fucking never saw him. I always had to go to his house to bring him. He'd never come to my house. You know what I mean? And so it was just a very weird relationship. My mom kind of rekindled some of that relationship a little bit. Now she wanted to be in her life. She found some clarity, I think. I think she's now sober. So anyway, life goes on. We're starting to talk. Well, when my first business, my construction business, just totally took a shit, and I was in the dumps, and I was like, I was desperate. I needed money. And I just needed money for a lawyer. That's all I needed. And, you know, I'm a person who's going to pay my debts. Mm. Anyway, they asked my dad for $3,000. Not much money at all for a lawyer. And he's in a very prestigious place, lives in a prestigious place in Oklahoma, lived in a fucking trailer park. He was, you know, eating ramen. I can understand. I probably wouldn't ask him in the first place if I knew he didn't have it.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, man. He goes, can't do it. Just bought these dogs. So he bought 3 chihuahuas. 3 fucking chihuahuas. And I was like, wait, so what does that have to do with, like, you spent all your money on 3 fucking chihuahuas?
Chihuahuas are expensive.
You know, and meanwhile, he's got a Corvette in the garage. He's got his motorcycles in the garage.
Oh.
Big old ass house on a lake.
Yep.
What? Okay. You know, lives in a very prestigious neighborhood in Oklahoma, very sought after, not very many homes in it. I was like, wow, okay. That noted. Then I went down this whole fucking thing of evaluating my relationship with him. And it went kind of like this. At the lowest point, I just need a little bit of money to try to save my house. At least give me a fucking shot. One of my best friends gave me $5,000. Said, pay me back whenever you can. There's no time limit. I didn't ask for 5. I asked for 3. He gave me 5. So then I just went down the checklist like, my relationship, my dad's very surface level, really isn't there. I asked him I needed something. He wasn't there for me. That's so interesting. Wait a minute. You know what? He's not even there for my kids either. He doesn't call them on their birthdays. He doesn't call them on Christmas. My dad hasn't came and visited California in 8 years at the time or something like that. You know, 6 years, 7 years at the time. But wait a minute. Every time I tell him to come out here, he's got some fucking excuse. He's got some reason that just, you know, was taking care of my grandma while my grandma was dead. I can't. Love to come out here, man, but I got to take care of these dogs. Okay, I'll pay for a doggy hotel. I can't, you know, man, just we have so much to do out here. Okay. Well, he would call my sister's kids on a regular basis, goes up to her, lives in Iowa, goes to Iowa 2-3 times a year, goes up there for Christmas. You know, it was like, interesting. There's something fundamentally wrong with our relationship.
Have you ever talked about it?
There's no reason to.
It sounds like there might be because you're obviously hurt or were hurt at one point about the relationship, but I think there's something there.
But there's no reason to talk to him. If you can't see that as a human being, then there's just something wrong with you.
I too agreed. And then I realized how difficult, I think, if I put myself in someone else's shoes. The truth is, I was really angry when he called me on that cell phone. I was really angry.
I would be pissed too.
Yeah, when he called me in Japan. And then I thought, man, like, again, this is the benefit to empathy, right? How awkward and how nervous. I get nervous when I have to call a client to tell them bad news. Like, I get like anxiously nervous to like have a call with a client and go, fuck, I got to tell you some bad news. You lost the house, or the house didn't work out, or the inspection went bad, or we killed the deal. We got to figure out another offer. I couldn't imagine the feeling. And I tried to imagine how I would feel if I knew I'd done something like this to somebody and I had to make that phone call. I had to reach out, that olive branch. And I really do think that's what he was trying to do. Poorly. We're not going to argue that. But I think what he was trying to do was start up a conversation with his son. And that's what he came up with. And I think when I thought that, I went, damn, that kind of makes me really look like a fucking asshole. If all he was trying to do was start the conversation, right? And that takes a lot of balls to have the conversation. And he fucking tried it. And I shot his ass down. So for me, I think there's a part of me that, and again, this goes back to that responsibility piece. I'm not saying what he did to me back then was wrong. I'm not saying that he hasn't been like he's not like the model father figure. What I am saying though is like opportunities for me to grow and provide grace and forgiveness don't appear often. And I think one of the dreams I had shortly after that conversation, and this is way after I had this epiphany, it was, I have a lot of things I want to know and I want to say to him. And I don't want to say it to his gravestone. And I don't want to hold on to it after he's gone. And if I don't say it while he's here, I'm going to I'm gonna have to hold on to this, whatever it is that I'm holding on to. And I'm not saying it weighs me down so much that I can't live and breathe. I'll be fine. I'll live. But I will think like, damn, I really wish I'd had that conversation. Cause I don't think that what he did to me was right. But I do see where like, yeah, you fucked up, but like this is how your life could have gone if you had made the different choices way back when. This is what we could have shared together. And that's why I don't want to keep him from his grandchildren. So really for me, it's really about just understanding that like when you came in and you were late and I was like, dude, like we're human. Like you don't have to apologize or fucking sit here and apologize and nut up to me because I was late. Like, bro, like shit happens, bro. Let's keep it moving. I made a choice when you came in here. I could either go in on you. You have no respect for my time. Or I could have said, you know what? Fuck it, bro. I get it. Like we end up late. Shit happens. The tough part for me as I try to navigate this space of like awareness and like understanding and empathy is like, at what point do I go too far the other direction to where it's almost like, do I care about my feelings and how I feel? And that's the conversation I have with myself. I want to discuss certain things with you because I want you to know how what you did affected me. Whether it does something for you or not is irrelevant to me. I want you to know that you're a fucking asshole. We're not going to name names. I'm going to do my best to never name names, but we've got, my situation and how I ended up here. I've got a lot of feelings about the people that did what they did when I got here. I fucking have a lot of them. I know right now is probably not the best time for me to have that conversation or that communication, but I would love to one day just have a sit down and have that beer and say, yo, you're low key. That's kind of fucked up what you did, but let's talk about it. Cause I'm sure that on their side, they have some justification or reason for why what they did made sense to them. And I want to let them I want to give them that opportunity because I think me sitting here in myself right now, I go, I don't really know why you would ever done that. Because I know I would never have done what they did to me. I would have never done to them. And that makes me feel better about my character and myself. But at the same time, I go, I'm not going to hold on to that, but I really want to know.
I don't, I get it. I get the knowing why. To be honest, I'm past knowing. I'm more, I don't give a fuck. The person's flawed. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can accept them. And I'm choosing not to accept them in my life. The thing, if this is the first time we've had our differences or our hiccups, I can accept that. But this is a continual thing. It's a pattern at this point. Yeah. So I recognize this pattern of bullshit. Mm-hmm. Fucking lie to me. Don't come in my motherfucking house and piss on my shoes and tell me it's raining. Mm-hmm. Not happening. And I won't let that happen. And now it's more like, how do you stop generational trauma? Well, I'm cutting this motherfucker out. I'm cutting this shit out like cancer, and I'm hitting reset. This resets with me. I'm starting this new, oh, hell, whatever you freaking call it. Now I'm starting a new legacy in our family underneath that Hayes family name. Mm-hmm. I'm starting this new way. Y'all guys are all fucked up over here. Yeah. You know what I mean? You guys need to fix your shit. You're not even going to help yourselves. And that's not my problem. Yeah. I'm not going to try to help them because they don't want to be helped. One thing, actually, I stopped talking to them back in 2013. So this is, again, repeating. And I stopped till 20.
Why do you keep talking to them then? Because I don't think that part of these changed, but there's a reason why you keep talking to them. I agree with you. So the funny thing is, you and I are, again, I'm telling you, so fucking weird how we're so similar and so different on so many things. I am trying to learn how to do it. I told you, I shared this with you. I'm trying to learn how to do that.
Not talk to him?
Talk to him. Like when I cut you off, that's it. One time, one strike. If the strike's hard enough, one time is all you got, and you're fucking dead to me.
So I can cut people off easy.
Oh,
very super fucking easy.
I'm getting better at it now.
Well, I'm a master at it now. Yeah. But I've been bred that way. I've been bred to decompartmentalize all these feelings I have about people. However, if you're in my circle it's not just one thing that happens or something like that. I mean, unless you try to,
well, there's a degree to which
break
you can,
a bond going after my wife or going after my girlfriend or assaulting one of my kids. Now there's things that could happen that will definitely just make it instant.
Yep, instantaneous.
But like fundamentally as a friend, because friends to me are actually not even friends. They're family.
Yep.
That's who my family is. I can pick you to be in my circle. I can't pick who my family is.
Yep.
You're my family now. And so that's what it is. So people don't quite understand with me, when you're my friend and you're in my circle, dude, I will drop whatever I got for you. What do you need? I'm here for you.
Yep.
So, because I didn't really have that. So now it's like, boom, I could provide that for somebody. I'll be that for somebody. I know those people will be the same for me. And that's why I only have a very few of those people. And so 2013 happened. I just got medically retired out of the military. When I say just, I'm saying days. I'm days out. I'm having mental issues still. I'm bad shape.
Yeah.
I am feeding myself things I shouldn't be feeding myself because of how my military career ended when they told me I was no longer an asset, I'm a liability. And I took that very hard.
Yeah.
So I'm days out. Go visit. It was me, my ex-wife, and my 3 kids at the time. Go visit them. And we have a feeling my wife is pregnant, and we were going to do a pregnancy test there to reveal that we're expecting another kid. And we get there, day 1, and I told my dad, hey, I don't really want my sister here for at least the first couple of days, 2-3 days, so we can have time. She's always there. I want us time. Well, roll up, hour after we get there, who fucking shows up? My sister shows up. Her kids steal the fucking show. My dad hasn't spent any time with my kids, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, you know what? Okay, cool. Let's just have some time. Let's have a good time. I invited my best friend, Josh Williams, and another good friend of mine, Sean, over. Boom, jump on. We're having fun. We're swimming in the pool. We're all having a good time. Yada, yada, yada. Drinking a few beers. They leave. At the end, I was like, all right, man, see you later, man. I'll be seeing you guys later on this week. Whatever the case may be. Go in the house, sitting there. I don't remember what I was doing at the time, but I was sitting right here. My wife was sitting right there, and his wife was sitting right there. And then my sister was somewhere. Actually, his wife was in the kitchen. My sister was sitting right there. And he comes in and goes, oh, by the way, you're not here to see friends. You're here to see family, so you're not going to be seeing your friends while you're here. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, what? I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I was like,
back that shit.
I'm not fucking okay. I was like, I'm going to see whoever I want to fucking see. Nobody's going to tell me who I can and can't see. I'm here to see friends. I'm here to see family. Of course I'm here to see family. I'm staying with you guys. So then me and him almost go fist to fist again. 2013. We're about to go hands on with each other.
Rocky Creed. Rocky 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Rocky fucking 5.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah. No, this is a very common theme. Yeah, so this wouldn't have been the first fight, second fight, third fight, fourth fight, probably not even the fucking 5th fight. And so I was just like, fuck this. Why am I even here? Why do I keep entertaining this fucking thing?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because blood's thicker than water? Man, I don't know if I believe in that fucking old adage. Fuck that. So I left. I packed all my kids' shit, took off, stayed with fucking Sean and Josh. Welcome, arms wide open, man. I had a great fucking time. They found out we still did what we did. It just wasn't with family now. It was with our real family, our friends. And found out Hudson. We were pregnant with Hudson at the time. She was pregnant with Hudson.
Hell yeah. Well, that is a great place for us to pause on this one because we want to make sure that we get to talk about a few different points. I want to make sure we come back to that one because we are. Guys, if you are watching this video on YouTube, definitely feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. If you are listening to this on Spotify or any of the other podcasting platforms, please feel free to subscribe. I think we want to definitely hear you guys. And stick around because the next episode you guys will be listening to will be the continuation of this because that's a powerful story and we want to get into it. We're talk about the gardener that has found his way into the war.
All right. Have a good one.